8 women have come forward claiming that they were sexually harassed by Charlie Rose. He's been suspended by CBS this morning, and his colleagues reacted just a few hours ago. Take a look.
Let me be very clear. There is no excuse for this alleged behavior. Women cannot achieve equality in the workplace or in society until there is a reckoning and a taking of responsibility.
I got an hour and 42 minutes of sleep last night. Both my son and my daughter called me. Oprah called me and said, "Are you okay?" I am not okay. How do you wrap your brain around that? I'm really grappling with that. That said, Charlie does not get a pass here. He doesn't get a pass from anyone in this room. We are all deeply affected. We are all rocked by this.
I mean, Rose released a statement saying that he doesn't believe all the allegations, but also that, quote, "I always felt I was pursuing shared feelings, even though I now realize I was mistaken," he told TMZ last night. There was no wrongdoing. So is there an apology in this sort of non-apology?
Well, it's interesting. They all think that it's consensual. You know, they're 75, she's 23. They think that's consensual?
Yeah.
No, it's not consensual.
Well, and when it's repetitive, like you have all these stories and they're all about the same demographic, and you think all of them were that excited to work for you so they could be with you intimately.
Yeah, and that's a key, the pattern of behavior. You're not talking about one lone case. You're talking about a pattern of behavior through years.
Yeah, and this weird shower thing that these men keep on
rules?
doing.
They are
I don't understand the shower thing.
Cleanest
These are the cleanest perverts, right?
Right, I mean, it's like, you read this, there's this common, that's so weird. There is like this common thread where, there are 2 common threads I see. I see the shower thread where they like come out of the shower like, hey, I'm so sexy, like, you know, and they're, you know, probably wrinkled and not that sexy.
Don't go there.
But I mean, they're in the shower, they're all pruned up. But anyway, so that's like one thread. The other
Shrinkage.
and shrinkage, right? The other thread.
About gravity also.
Gravity. The other thread that I see that is really shocking and I'm just dismayed by it is that women seem to have been a part in this. When you read the allegations against Charlie Rose, several of the accusers say, I went to his executive producer, Yvette Vega, and I complained about the behavior, and she did nothing.
She has apologized for being so lax.
And maybe,
she has,
as you guys always point out, maybe she was trying to keep her job.
That's what I mean, is like,
but it's,
you know,
we saw the same exact thing with one.
Yeah,
with
we
young
the women,
assistants would bring these women up to the room, and I'm saying, what happened to women standing together?
Wait, there was no women. Wait a minute, it didn't exist. It is now starting to exist.
Where women stick
together. Where women are saying, you know what, together we are stronger, and if we make this really dangerous to do, if we make this dangerous to mess with not just you, but me and you and you and you, they'll stop. And I believe that it is now dangerous to do this.
And you know,
because there are a lot of people being pulled out.
But those women I think you're talking about, though, I think were under this, they were silent for the same reasons. They had made it further along, and the further you climb as a woman, the less there are of us at the top.
Because Vegas said that's Charlie being Charlie.
Well, and I think what she was doing is it's the same reason the 20-year-old stays silent for, like, my life will be ruined.
Yeah.
You watch as a few of these women were fired when they spoke up. You know, retribution.
Yes, they
so
were.
you speak up at that level and you might be done.
But
like,
it's also,
so
you know, why it's so important. We're always talking about diversity around the boardroom, diversity in the executive suites. Why it is so important to have diversity, so that women have other women to go to. I think what Gail said today is so important. Nobody gets a pass.
Nobody gets a pass.
It's hard to see somebody that you like, that you respect, that you know, that's a friend of yours, and learn that they've done this. It can't be about who I like. It can't be about politics. It can't be about race. It can't be about ethnicity. It can't be about anything.
You know, one of the
nobody gets
one
a
of the things Charlie Rose says in the interview, the article, is that he says to one of the girls, "I'm very lonely." He says, "Despite my success and money," and I think a lot of the problem is that these guys cannot have a normal relationship with a woman. They just can't do it.
The power dynamic.
They can't do it.
There are plenty of women that would sign up for put a ring on it and pay for me for the rest of my life.
Not one of these guys. Not one of these guys you can say that they have a normal relationship. Harvey Weinstein, that was like a trophy wife who he was, you know, using her, she was using him. That's how I see it.
There's a dominant-laden thing here. This idea that the person is powerless. I had a very honest conversation with Max.
There is that too.
My husband, I was saying, like, I was trying to dig deeper into the male psyche of is this in all of you? And he was saying how, like, although there's some primitive urges, he was saying that there's something that can be a turnoff for a man when you don't seem willing. Like, there are men that will say, this isn't fun for me because I see you're not into this, and they walk away. These men aren't turned off by your.
No, they like that.
They like it.
Well,
It's a
I think there's a lot of
dominance.
insecurity going on.
yeah.
too.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
You know, these are guys who couldn't get a date in college.
Not
Some of them,
insecure
you know,
enough to close
they-
the
they-
Charlie,
not
and
Charlie.
no, not Charlie Rose.
Not
but I mean,
Charlie.
Harvey Weinstein.
But maybe.
I know.
But I mean,
So what? They're sort of reliving their.
Yeah, now they got
because
power.
nobody would pay them the attention they felt they should be getting. And now I'm going to show everybody, I got this, and this is who I am. I can make them do this. I can make these girls.
Sexual
you know,
assault is about
it
anger and dominance.
It is,
It's
well,
not about
that's
sex.
I also
No.
think
Well,
it's
it's a
about
mixture.
insecurity. I think it's
Yeah.
a pathetic attempt at dominance by insecure men. If you are a secure man, you go seduce a woman.
Yeah.
You attract a woman. You don't
I know,
attack
that's
a
right.
woman.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
and you don't have to, you know,
Yeah.
you take your chances like everybody else. And not all men are like this. Not all men
I
are
gotta
like
tell you,
this,
I'm
but
beginning
it's
to think
kinda-
you all are gonna be the only show left on TV to watch. Thank God it's you. You all are women. I mean, you can't go to the movies
You know, it's interesting because didn't we have the woman from Grey's Anatomy on? What was her name?
Ellen Pompeo.
Ellen Pompeo, who said, with Shonda Rhimes at the helm, Shonda has empowered the women that work there to be just better versions of themselves. And when statistically, when women are at the helm, you do not see this kind of thing.
Well, no,
going
you
on.
don't, because women know what goes on.
Yeah.
And so you try to make sure that women are able to get into the workplace in
Yes.
places where they weren't recognized before.
safe.
And you know, listen, this is never okay.
No.
This is what we're finding. John Conyers was just accused.
Another
you
one.
know, I think this is going to go on and on,
Yeah,
because
who's
we're
next?
retching and retching. And
Until
the only
people-
thing that I hope that we don't stop doing
But-
is demanding the information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
we don't end up throwing out people who are being
good,
accused because somebody's pissed at them.
You're
yeah.
right. Listen, information is the biggest tool here.
Yeah.
When you just mentioned Congressman John Conyers, you know, there's these settlements that have been happening in Congress with our money, our taxpayer money.
That is so disturbing.
Isn't it
You're
something
talking
like
about
12,
$17 million
million
over the last 20 years. Not all of it for sexual harassment.
How much have we paid to Trump's accusers?
Not enough. The
I
entire,
think
the entire, you know.
Well, Paul
and I
Ryan
think
said
what
this
you're
is
saying is
very.
No, what I'm
important,
saying
though.
is I want to know who these people are. I think that if it's my taxpayer money and it's going to pay sexual harassment settlements against congressmen, people who are serving today,
Right.
I have a right to know as
But they have a
as
non-disclosure.
They have the NDAs.
Well, we need to get rid of those things. There is
do.
no reason why the American people should be paying for sexual harassment.
I agree with that.
If our power comes at the voting booths and we don't have this information, then we can't use the power as a democracy.
Yeah.
So
You were going to say
Which
about
brings
Trump.
us
I
to
was.
the fact that we
Go, go.
have to take a break. Anna, welcome back, welcome back.
All right, so we were talking about Congressman John Conyers
Right.
of Michigan before the break, and I am to read, he did not admit wrongdoing in the settlement and has denied it. That's shocking.